Hey guys, TCG Rolls here, and today I'm going to be deck profiling something special in my opinion. Now, I'm going to be deck profiling the deck I'm going to be using probably until my Sun and Moon order comes in. And I have been using for a couple weeks now, Mega Gardevoir. Now, this is specifically Mega Gardevoir Giratina, Brilliant Arrow version. This deck took a lot of people by surprise the first tournament I took it to. Went 3-1. It was quite nice. So, let's get right into it. So, I'm going to start off with 3 Gardevoir EXs. Of course, this is what you're going to evolve into the Mega. Now, I definitely prefer Life Leap Gardevoir just because of Life Leap. You're never going to really get the effect of Link Blast off. I just don't think it's a good enough attack. And then there's 3 Brilliant Arrow Gardevoirs. Got one of each different art of all these Gardevoirs, I just realized. It's pretty nice. Except for that one, I guess. It's just a Mega Brilliant Arrow version. I guess Life Leap version. Anyways, so we have the 3-3 line. But then, of course, we need the one to Sparray. Sparray is mostly for those Psychic weak Pokemon, but it's a really good attacker because you can just mill off your bench. And it really helps with some of those less health targets. Like, for example, Fright Knight. So we have Giratina. This is going to be the guy who holds our double dragon energies. Because remember, with Brilliant Arrow, it does 30 damage times the amount of fairy energy in play. And Giratina can hold double dragon energies. Now, double dragons can count as fairies and will count as fairies in this deck. So, one double dragon is 60 damage. So, that's really good. So, we got 3 Geomancy Xerneases here. I would run 4, I think. But, honestly, 3 is good. I start with it enough. Right? I can get into it enough, and it's not clogging my hands late game. So 3, I think, is the perfect number. And let's continue on. So Xerneas used to Geomancy to get energies in play. And the energies you get in play are going to fuel up Brilliant Arrow. It's not a fast deck. It's a pretty slow deck, but it actually wins fairly fast. Because once you get set up, you just kill everything. It's got a Hoopa and 2 Shamans. I'm just going to kind of clump these together because they don't have any in-depth explanation. It's just Shaman you use setup. Hoopa, you Scoundrel Ring out like Shaman 2 Gardevoirs. Shaman Gardevoir Mega, right? Shaman Giratina Gardevoir, which is probably what I'm going to start having to get. So we got, now onto the supporters, 3 Professor Sycamore. Now this deck, you don't like to discard cards with Sycamore too much, to be honest, but you still need Sycamore because it's that good. Got 3 Ns. Now the list I based this deck off, which is the senior division winner of Athens, played 2N, played the break, right? Played Salamence, played a couple different things, but this is just my version. Mostly because I don't have the break in Salamence, but this is just what I ran. So we got 2 Lysander. Now the reason you play Lysander is because you're one-hitting everything. Now when you're one-hitting everything, you can afford to be greedy. Now we're going to be greedy and use Lysander mostly to kill off important EXs with Brilliant Arrow. Hexmaniac, turn off abilities that improves your Volcanion matchup drastically. And just some other matchups in general. Especially when you need to attack, like Giratina with Gardevoir. Even though you could just attack Giratina with Giratina or Giratina with Xerneas. 1 Olympia, this just helps you switch out the active. Primarily Hoopa, Giratina if you don't have Fairy Garden in play, right? The healing, you're not going to use often. Like, it's not going to come into play often. So we got 4 Versus Seekers to get back all these supporters. Now this is what makes the fairly low supporter count work. Versus Seeker just ties it all together. And now we got 4 Ultra Balls. Yes, this is the Sun and Moon art of Ultra Ball. It's pretty sweet, I like it. And to be honest, I think I like it more than the XY art. Next up, we got 4 Max Elixirs. You know, just So this deck is weird. You don't Mega Turbo, because mostly you can hit well, most, if not all, your max elixirs before you Mega, which is weird. So you just max elixir onto Gardevoirs, Giratinas, Xerneas, even max elixir to Hoopa and Shaman, just to get the energy on the board and energy on a Pokemon so that I can retreat them easily. Now we have 3 Gardevoir Spirit Links. The only reason we're running 3 and not 4 is mostly just because of space, I'm going to be honest. But we do have 2 Trainer's Mails, help us try to get the Spirit Links primarily, and any other consistency card, and Super Rod. Now this is where the Spirit Link count comes in weird, because you might be thinking, oh, you Super Rod in like a 1/1 Gardevoir and a Fairy Energy, then you might want the 4th Spirit Link. But you only want 3 Gardevoirs to die. Because that's just the way the prize trade goes, right? You only need 3 Gardevoirs to die, so you don't need to get more than 3 Gardevoirs set up in a game. So Super Rod's there in case just prizes and emergencies, honestly, and just to get Fairy Energies back otherwise. So we got 2 Fairy Gardens and 2 Silent Labs. Now it's a weird split considering the lack of retreating cards. But the Fairy Gardens you can definitely have in play when you need them. And the sheer amount of energies you get into play, you can generally retreat and not have to, and it's not too hefty of a cost. Then the Silent Lab just, a well-timed Silent Lab can just shove Volcanion out of the game, You go like Silent Lab, Lysander, kill a 300 Volcanion EX. And the Volcanion can't really do much to get your Gardevoir back. Then you take another prize, and you've taken 4 prizes by the time it takes them to possibly take 2, if they can get their big hand. Which just immediately, essentially, you win the game, because all you need is another Gardevoir and a couple energies. So we got 3 Double Dragons. A mistake in my organizational. So we got 3 Double Dragons. This just, you attach to Giratina. And Fairy Energies. So, normally you run 12 energies, you're running more energy, because normally what you do is you just run 12 Fairy, and no Giratina, and honestly you probably just add like switching cards or something like that. But yeah, I'm going to quickly go over your matches. Greninja, very easy, almost automatic win, because you can play the slow game against Greninja, especially because you can one-shot them. So you take your time with Xerneas, so you have like 1 or 2 Gardevoirs, then you just start one-shotting things. Make sure to try and keep Olympia in your hand in case you try to do any Not Hexmaniac, but Lysander shenanigans. Volcanion's your hardest matchup, that's why I've got Tex against it. But mostly what you want to do is that play I said before, well-timed Silent Lab with Lysander and that. Generally shuts them out of the game. Enough ends when they take low prizes, plus like Gardevoir knockouts will generally do it as well. Thing is, you just kind of gotta get lucky. You gotta play for ultimate value, which means every knockout you take, no knockouts you take can't be like irrelevant. You can't knock out a Shaman unless it's for the win, right? Every knockout has to have some great impact on the game itself, not just the prize count. Against Yveltal Gardevoir, it's actually pretty easy. It's almost an auto win. The only thing you have to worry about is Fright Night. So what you do is you get Geomancy, set up your hand, get a well-timed Hexmaniac with like 3 Spirit Links and Mega Evolve, right? That's all you got. And then you essentially win right there because you got the Gardevoirs out with no real drawback, and so they can't really deal. Mega Rayquaza is a hard matchup, especially considering you don't have the Parallel City. So what you're going to have to do is Hexmaniac and Silent Lab them so that slows down their setup enough for you to get a Brilliant Arrow and just free the Brilliant Arrow your way to victory. Or you can just use Giratina. But honestly, you're still going to need to Silent Lab and Hexmaniac while you set up Giratina. Especially considering they're going to have stuff like Hexmaniac themselves to get rid of Giratina's ability. What else is there? I don't know the decks in this format right now. I want to say a Bioplume build, but you win that matchup because as long as you just win because you can Geomancy out your Fairy Energies. Right, so, yeah. Oh yeah, Despair Gardevoir is actually another matchup you win because they cannot one-hit you. Maximum Despair does is 190 damage. You have 210 HP. you can easily one-hit KO them while they can't one-hit KO you, and it's really bad for them. I once had a guy who took, I think, 2 prizes on Xerneas playing that Mega Gardevoir deck, and I still won. Just because I could overpower him. And the mirror match. Mirror match is weird, it's just whoever gets it up first. And then Mega Mewtwo, of course, just disparays your win condition. It's almost an auto win because you get Disparay set up, and then you just one-hit Mewtwo's with no drawback. You don't have to discard because you're doing 220 damage. Looks like that is it for this deck. So, maybe tomorrow, once this is uploaded, I will have an appropriate how to build a competitive deck. Because that last one was literally just me building a deck. Sure, I went over what I was doing, but I didn't really go over the basics and the fundamentals that you use for every deck, right? So, I'm going to do a video about that, honestly, right after this. And yeah, see you guys next time. Bye!